All right, Rob, Husky Stadium on the campus of the University of Washington. We're ready for Pac-12 football on Fox as the undefeated Arizona Wildcats come to town to take on the undefeated and 15th ranked Washington Huskies. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, along with my partner, the great communicator, Charles Davis. And welcome to the Emerald City. Steady rain expected in the forecast for two innovative, fast-paced offenses that feature two of the best running backs in America.
And I go back to something you said last night. These two teams create illusions with their offense. They'll spread you out, and it looks like they want to throw it. But you're right, they want to run it. Kadeem Carey led the nation in rushing last year, just shy of 2,000 yards. He's in midseason form. For Washington, Bishop Sankey emerged last season. He's one of the top rushers in the country this year. They both need to take care of the football due to the sloppy conditions and the wet weather. But both teams want to run it to try and win it.
And here come the Washington Huskies, 3-0, coming off a 56-0 win over Idaho State. They beat Boise State in their opener and Illinois of the Big Ten in Chicago in their second game. But the last time they faced Arizona, the Cats put it on them. 52-17 last year in Tucson. We'll see how UW responds on their home pitch next. Arizona taking on the Washington Huskies. Arizona won the toss, will receive. Let's go downstairs to the third member of our team, Christina Pink.
All right, Coach, rain coming down here in Seattle. How did you get your players prepared this week for the conditions?
Well, we don't get a lot of rain in Tucson. We worked wet balls really last week and a half, and it's going to be the same for both teams. We've got to make sure we have double hands on the ball security all day.
Well, we know this place is known to get loud. How will your players handle the crowd noise?
Well, hopefully we just got to act mature. You know, we do it every day in practice. We know it's a hostile environment. I told our guys we got to embrace the adversity and just execute.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, heavy rain, high winds, thunder, and possibly some lightning in the early portion of the game. Clearing expected around about 6 p.m. local time and a rainfall of 1 to 2 inches throughout the afternoon and evening. They're also expecting wind gusts of 40 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the series note. The home team has won the last 5 meetings and 6 of the last 8 meetings in the Emerald City decided by 7 points or less. Johnny Jackson, Nate Phillips back deep, and Cameron Van Winkle will kick it off for UW. Huskies, Wildcats, and we're underway from Seattle. Nate Phillips will take a knee, and the Wildcats will start from their own 25. And now here are the Husqvarna high-performance players to watch, brought to you by Husqvarna.
Kadeem Carey led the nation in rushing last year. He eats carries. Daniel Jenkins, his running mate, he'll be on the field a lot with him. John Timu, a bruised rotator cuff, will start at linebacker today. And Sean Parker, the bullet or the missile from his free safety position, he'll be very active in the run game against Arizona.
Starting quarterback, he's a southpaw, B.J. Denker from Torrance, California. He's had a TD rush of 30 or more yards in each game this season. First down and 10 of the 25, and they hand it off. Carey, they'll make that Denker on the play fake, and strung out nicely by Washington. Parker coming up with the tackle. 4-0 as a starting quarterback. Was not recruited by any Division I, II, or III schools as a QB. Second down and 9 after the 1-yard gain from the 26. This time they will hand it off. Carey trying to get around the corner, but he's dragged down after only 1-yard gain. Shaq Thompson, who moved from the secondary to linebacker this season, comes up with the hit.
And you see one of the reasons why they moved him, the speed. You move that speed forward from the secondary to the linebacker position. He's closer to the line of scrimmage, able to run down Kadeem Carey on that play.
Had 5 tackles against Arizona 1 season ago. Brings up 3rd down and 8 at the 27-yard line. They need to go to the 35 for 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Denker with time. Denker over the middle, picked off. Already an interception, Sean Parker, and Washington forces the early turnover. They'll have the ball in the Arizona 35.
And you see Rich Rodriguez talking with B.J. Denker coming off the field. That's going to be a huge key in this game. Can he make effective throws as Washington stacks the line of scrimmage against the heavy run game of Arizona? His first throw sails on it. Parker, who's been making plays all year in this young season, on the spot.
That brings on Keith Price, the fifth-year senior from Compton, California at quarterback. On first down, he's going to let it fly, and he throws a dart. Jadon Mickens, a sophomore from Dorsey High School with the catch, and that's a gain of 15.
Jadon Mickens has really come along as a receiver. Mainly plays like a running back, but he's really expanded his repertoire in the early going this year.
Here's Price again to throw. Dances out of the pocket, delivers, and caught at the 15-yard line by Kason Williams. The Keith Price, 6'1", 202, from Compton. He's completed, Charles, 77% of his passes this year.
Just watch him move around on the field, Gus. He's playing with a full quarterback's arrogance and belief in his abilities this year.
Bishop Sankey running straight ahead. And a flag on the play.
They came late. This has dead ball foul written all over it.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit, number 26 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
That's junior Jordan Grandin, the free safety.
Motion's running high. He comes in late, trying to get his pad set in the game. Watch Grandin there, 26. Plays over, just gets a little bump in against Colin Tanagawa, one of the captains for Washington. You see Tanagawa get up? I think he took notice of the 2-6, and we'll look him up later in this game.
So first down and goal at the 7. Washington trying to capitalize off the interception. Here's Price scrambling. Price bottled up. Touchdown! Wow! Kevin Smith. What patience by quarterback Keith Price.
I use the term quarterback arrogance, full confidence in his abilities. Keith Price, remember how well he played as a sophomore? Not as well as a junior. He is his sophomore self to the nth degree now, well above and beyond that. Extended the play, made the play. Washington's up 6.
And a bad snap. Coons will track it down and just cover it up. Slippery football, rainy day, but the Washington defense, turnovers. And the Huskies punch it in on their opening series. Fox College Football is sponsored by the 2013 Ford F-150 with EcoBoost. Doesn't take the Huskies long to punch it in the end zone. 4 plays, 35 yards. They score in a minute and 11 seconds.
That's Sark speed. Exactly what they're playing now, Sark speed.
8th touchdown pass of the season for Keith Price. And that is the first touchdown catch of the year for Kevin Smith. Jackson and Phillips. And this one will not be returned for the second time. Now let's take a look at the Ford keys to the game.
Well, for Arizona, if it comes to pass, and we've already seen it, if Washington wins the early downs and forces them into passing situations, can B.J. Denker make the key passes? For Washington, if you can't beat them. Last year, Arizona ran them off the field with their tempo and speed. Washington has gone to that style themselves this year. Can't beat them, join them. And so far, Washington's up 6 today.
Matt Scott threw 4 touchdown passes and ran for a 5th score. Kadeem Carey, 172 yards rushing. And Carey is going to try to force it up in there. Shaq Thompson, first man to him.
Only the second series of the game, but Washington's defensive front is winning the line of scrimmage early. Danny Shelton in the middle, number 71, a terrific run stuffer.
Second down and 8 at the 27. Washington showing blitz. Now they back out of it. Danker changing the play at the line of scrimmage. He'll hand it off. Carey stumbling forward to the 30-yard line.
So we're right to our key of the game. If it comes to pass, we're right back to 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Does Rich Rodriguez put it in the air again? Last time, the result was not good.
They need to get to the 35 for a first down. Carey in the backfield. Here's Danker looking for a hole and tripped up and taken down. Terrific play on defense. Corey Littleton with the sack. The sophomore from Spring Valley, California.
Watch Littleton coming from this side and watch him hold his ground. Work against number 73, Fabian Ebele, and able to come inside and get enough of Danker to put him on the ground. Denker's biggest asset, his legs, his mobility. Littleton took those away on that play.
So Drew Riggleman will punt it away. Line drive punt. Kason Williams fielding it, tries to reverse, and will go down around the 30-yard line. But Keith Price off to a good start. He's thrown a touchdown already. The fifth-year senior, his swagger is back. And now here are the Husqvarna high-performance players to watch. Brought to you by Husqvarna.
Sorry about that, partner. Bishop Sankey, one of the leading rushers in the country. He fuels Washington on offense. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, one of the top tight ends in the nation. Tremaine Bondurant is a playmaker at safety. And Jake Fisher, one of the overachievers, 119 tackles last year for Arizona.
First down and 10 at the 31-yard line for Washington. Here's Price with all day to throw it. Now he'll pull it, tuck it, and run it. Slides down at the 35, maybe the 36, depending on the spot. A 5-yard pickup.
Our guys did a great feature on Keith Price in our pregame show today, and Eddie George and Joel Klatt broke down Keith Price and the bounce back from a tough last year to a sensational start to this season.
Here's Sankey breaking tackles, jitterbugging, crosses the 40, gets to the 45 before being swung out of bounds by Scooby Wright. But talk about a special football player, Bishop Sankey, one of the best in the nation.
Have you ever noticed how many times you get the son of a veteran, the United States Air Force, United States Army, and how buttoned up and disciplined they are and take care of business? That's Bishop Sankey in a big way. First down and 10, Sankey again.
Bishop Sankey, the number 3 rusher in America, averaging close to 150 yards a game. He's the 3rd fastest Husky to go over 2,000 yards, behind only Hugh McElhaney and Chris Polk.
Yeah, both of them did in 24 games, and he tied Joe Steele in doing it in 28 games.
Second down and 9. Sankey again, trying to get it around the edge, and he's tripped up and taken down. Nice defensive play for this Arizona squad.
Yeah, Sione Tui Halamaka. And what you saw there, Gus, is something you don't see very often. An arm tackle taking out Bishop Sankey.
I was waiting for you to say Tui Halamaka. You first.
I'm glad I got it in, and hopefully we got it right.
Third down and 7 at the 48. Price, Sankey again, and he'll pick up a first down on 3rd and long.
3rd and long is not necessarily a throwing down because, look, the box is not filled with Arizona Wildcats. So if you get a box count of 6 or only 7, Keith Price might just go ahead and run the football after counting it.
Over the middle and picked off this time by Richardson. Shaquille Richardson, the senior from Carson, stepping in, and Keith Price throws his 2nd interception of the season. So Arizona, timely play on D. And the Wildcats with great field position coming up after this. Washington with the 6-0 lead over Arizona, but the Wildcats take over at the 45-yard line. We'd like to welcome our men and women in uniform serving around the world, watching our broadcast in 175 countries on AFN, the American Forces Network. Thanks for all you do. First down and 10 at the 45. Danker under pressure. Tries to get outside and goes nowhere. Slung out of bounds at the 40. Evan Hudson tracked him down.
See where Arizona decided to try and give Danker a shot at throwing the ball on a non-throwing down, trying to call the game a little bit in reverse. Washington covered it very well and took away the lanes that he would use to flush from the pocket.
2nd and 13 at the 41. And they'll hand it off. Carey will pick up maybe 2 yards on the play. Running right into the heart of the Washington defense.
Have you noticed in the early going that every time Carey touches the ball, there are at least 4 Washington Huskies making the tackle? The only way to stop a good ball carrier, gang tackling many, many more people to the football.
Rain coming down in sheets now, folks. 3rd down and 12 of the 43. And they'll hand it off. Carey with some running room finally as he crosses midfield, gets to around the Washington 47. And now the punt team comes on for Arizona. So Rich Rodriguez will play a field position game right now.
Washington counters and leaves their regular defense on the field. They're going to play what is called punt safe. They just want to make sure he actually punts the football and they don't fake it with this good field position.
Aussie rules punter Drew Riggleman. That one out of bounds. And it will be marked at the 21. So coming up, the Washington offense once again. The Bishop. Move it, groove it. Already. Stadium opened in 1920 at a price of $600,000. The 93-year-old stadium recently underwent a massive $280 million renovation. On 1st down, here's Sankey, no gain on the play. And after a shaky start, Arizona seems like they've settled down, especially on the defensive end after coming up with the interception on Washington's last drive.
Agreed.
Sankey running around the corner now. Nice pursuit. Scooby Wright tackles him, but it's a 9-yard gain.
Last year, Keith Price, 2 interceptions, 1 lost fumble in the game against Arizona. The fumble coming off of a sack by Marquise Flowers, one of his best friends.
3rd down and 2, and a 1st down. Washington 3rd in FBS and 3rd downs, converting 66%. Sankey cuts it inside and goes down at the 37. Roughed up by Scooby Wright once again. Also, Bondurant on the tackle.
And what you notice, Gus, about how they're settling in, the defensive front's giving them better play, too. Number 98, Tevin Hood. Number 90, Dan Pedinato. Doing a nice job of stacking up the front.
Price wants to run it and slips down at the 40.
It's a big 3rd down for the Arizona defense. This is a chance for them to get off the field and get the ball back for their offense.
Huskies need 4 yards. Out of the gun, Price looking at the sideline, in trouble, and he'll get rid of it. Austin Severian Jenkins, the closest receiver to the football. Very nice job by this Arizona defense. They'll get off the field.
That's good coverage in the secondary and nice pressure from number 33, Jake Fisher, from his linebacker position. Mike Castile's defensive unit, as you noted, Gus, starting to settle in a little bit, giving them better play.
Travis Kuhn sends it away, high spiraling punt. And it'll take a Husky bounce out of bounds at the 15. This rain is tough for both teams. We'll see if Kadeem Carey, one of the nation's leading rushers, can pound the rock right after this.
Oklahoma State shockingly gets pounded at West Virginia, and Oklahoma goes and beats Notre Dame for only the second time in their history playing against the Irish.
Arizona defense stepping up. They need their offense to follow suit. 3 possessions for the Wildcats, 9 total yards. They'll start from their own 15.
Notice the Washington defense is also making their own checks when Arizona seems to check their plays on offense.
Flag on the play in the secondary.
Delay game. Offense number 7. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
The wind has really picked up here, which makes it even harder to throw the ball in the wet conditions. But Gus, the cat and mouse back and forth. Washington wins that one. They checked on defense, and I think they confused Arizona with their check and made them take extra time, which led to a delay of game.
So a first down at 15 at the 10. Carey. Shaq Thompson there. Carey with the forward lean, and he'll pick up a couple.
Shaq Thompson able to come in and clean up because the big fellas up front are controlling the line of scrimmage. Big Danny Shelton at 6'1", 327 is taking care of the middle.
2nd and 13 at the 12. Danker out of the gun. Lets this one fly up the sideline and throws it out of play.
The official threw his hat on the sideline because the receiver, number 80, David Richards, had gone out of bounds on his own volition and was ineligible to come in and catch the ball unless it had been played or tipped first by someone else.
Danker 0 for 2 and sacked twice. He faces a 3rd and 13 at the 12. Wants to keep it, cuts it inside, and a fall down to the 24. Shaq Thompson trips him up. Not enough for first down, and Arizona will have to punt it away. Rich Rodriguez will have some words for his senior quarterback. Jason Williams stands at the 40-yard line. Riggleman inside his own 5. High snap. He'll drive it. And it rolls down at the 46. Now let's go to Patrick O'Neill in Los Angeles for a Lowe's Never Stop Improving game break.
Hey, Gus, thanks. An instant classic in Athens, LSU, Georgia, Aaron Murray. This would be the winning touchdown pass to Justin Scott Wesley, 44-41. Over 900 yards of total offense for the Bulldogs, combined with LSU in their win. Back to you guys.
Charles, 100 yards of total offense in the SEC. We saw Alabama, Texas A&M put up huge numbers as well.
That was an SEC game, not a Big 12 game? How about that?
First down at 10. Bishop Sankey. And he gets drilled at midfield. Wow, what a hit. Shaquille Richardson lowering the boom.
He's off to a nice start, isn't he?
Yes.
Because he made a physical play on the interception where he knocked the receiver down, played through him, and made the interception against Keith Price. As you just noted there, dropped Bishop Sankey after the game.
And Sankey, 10 carries, 42 yards already.
See the mechanics there. When Washington substituted, the official stepped in over the ball, which allowed Arizona a chance to substitute if they so chose.
2nd and 6. Price near side. Kevin Smith still running. First down. As he's thrown out of bounds at around the Arizona 37 by Marquise Flowers.
And welcome back, Kevin Smith. He was really on an upward trajectory before tearing up his knee in bowl preparations in 2011. Last year wasn't his usual self. He's all the way back this season.
First down at 10, and a bad snap. Price will have to cover it up at midfield. May have just slipped out of his hands.
Yeah, I think it was off to the left a little bit, but it's one that Keith Price has got to come down with in this kind of weather. In this weather, as a quarterback, you've got to stay with it almost an extra half count to make sure you secure the football before moving on to your assignment.
Second down and 20 at the 49. Sankey around the corner with room. And he stood up at the 41. Shaquille Richardson again. Sankey's helmet coming off, so he'll have to head out of bounds for at least one play.
Shaquille Richardson's not afraid to go ahead and play run support as a corner, is he?
No, he isn't.
He's not one of those guys who just says, I'm a cover corner. That's all I do. You guys tackle people. He's involved in the game in every aspect.
So with Sankey on the sideline, Jesse Collier comes in. Price wants to throw and just dumps it.
Had to. That was well defended by Arizona. Letting us know it's not intentional grounding was Michael Batlin, the referee. But that was well defended by Arizona. Took away the screen, and Keith Price had to throw it at the feet of the intended receiver.
So Travis Coons back on the punt. He's at the 45. Johnny Jackson at the 10.
A lot of credit has to go to this Arizona defense, doesn't it, Gus? They are keeping them in the game.
Without question. Angling it toward the far side. Takes a bounce. And it'll be down at the 1. Great job on special teams. Travis Coons with a terrific delivery. Now Fox Sports 1 starts off your Sunday mornings with Fox NFL Kickoff. Then turn over to Fox to catch the guys discussing Jay Cutler's hot start with the Bears on America's #1 pregame show, Fox NFL Sunday. Get more football Sunday beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern only on Fox Sports 1. To find Fox Sports 1 on your provider, go to foxsports1.com.
Look at the first 4 drives tonight for Arizona. 12 plays, 18 yards total, 0 for 4 on third downs. Yet they're only down 6-0. To me, the pressure shifts a little bit to the Washington defense. Can they make a play to help their offense in a quarter that they've been dominating but have only scored 6 points?
First down and 10 at the 7. Carey tripped up by Shaq Thompson. 3-yard pickup as he gets to the 10.
Washington defense worked all week on creating more turnovers. They got one on the first series with the interception from Sean Parker. Here's a prime opportunity to create a second one.
2nd and 7. Carey again. No, it's Danker on the keeper, and he'll pick up a yard. Danker drilled by Corey Littleton. And I'll tell you what, partner, he pulls that ball out at the last moment.
He's trying to make the right reads, but what we're seeing so far in this game is Washington's carrying out their assignment defense very well. Guys aren't falling for fakes, they're not out of position, and they're carrying out their assignments to perfection.
3rd down and 5 of the 12. Arizona 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. Danker just flips it out, and Johnny Jackson lets it go right through his hands. If he could have caught it, it would have been a first down.
And you know exactly what they're going to tell him on the bench, don't you? On days like this, Johnny, you've got to catch the football. We don't get many opportunities. We're struggling on offense. We need a spark somewhere. There was a first down that slipped through your mitts.
So Kaysen Williams comes up. He's at the 50-yard line. Riggleman lost it. And it goes out of the end zone. A safety. The weather, a huge factor already here in the first half.
So really back-to-back plays, the ball goes through the wickets of the Arizona intended receiver. Right, Johnny Jackson on the play before as a receiver, slips through his hands, they lose a first down. Riggleman, the punter, that's one that he can catch. He doesn't. A safety, and now Washington gets the ball after the free kick.
All week long, Arizona worked in practice on being able to play in this type of weather.
It's not the same because it's not just the wetness, it's the constant downpour on you. and it's also chillier here than it would be in Tucson this time of year. You put it all together and put a crowd in and turn some lights on, it's a whole different experience than dunking a ball in a bucket and saying, don't drop it.
A frustrated Rich Rodriguez. So Jake Smith will tee it up and kick it away from the 20.
And notice they're going to kick off, Gus. All your years of doing games, the bulk of time on free kicks, what do you normally do? Punt it, right? Because you want the hang time. Riggleman just let one go through his hands. I'm wondering if they're just worried about his confidence factor there.
So Smith drives it and fielded at the 23-yard line by Casey Williams. Williams with a hole, and Williams still running. Casey Williams finally dragged down at the Arizona 27, a 49-yard return.
And this is just an example of getting a few blocks, which is what he gets. Look at that. Right there, look at those guys married up on their opponents. Gives them a lane, but watch how he finishes. Runs through that tackle, a second tackle, a third, and finishes big. Right here would not surprise me. As Steve Sarkisian said, take a shot at the end zone. We have momentum, and he trusts Keith Price with the football.
First down and 10 at the 28. Price, he will throw it. Buying time. And tried to dump it off to Sankey. Now good pressure being applied by Arizona.
He was taking a shot, though, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
He was trying to get it deep, so that was good coverage by Arizona's defense. Tried to take the shot. Price had to get out of the pocket. Threw it incomplete late.
Second and 10. Price, Sankey. And Sankey goes down at the 25. That takes us to the end of the first quarter. With the score, Washington 8, Arizona nothing. Heavy rains, high winds, thunder, and possibly some lightning in the early portion of the game. Clearing expected around 6 p.m. local time. We're also expecting 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and we've seen them. Bishop Sankey running straight ahead. And Marquise Flowers with the tackle. Sankey last week against Idaho State, 4 carries for 77 yards. Suffered a minor shoulder injury. Now Travis Coons comes in to attempt a 40-yard field goal. The win is at his back. Good snap, clean hold, gets it away. And it's good. 42-yard field goal. And Washington takes an 11-0 lead. Let's take a look at the KFC stat comparison, brought to you by KFC, the official sponsor of Couchgating. KFC plus football equals Couchgating.
The Washington defense is controlling things in the running game for Arizona. Kadeem Carey's finding no place to run. B.J. Denker, the quarterback, when he pulls it on the zone read or the read option, no place for him to go either. And, of course, the passing yardage, nil. For Washington, they're getting things together a little bit. But right now, to me, if you're Arizona, here's where you're encouraged. Washington owned the first quarter. Only were up 8-0. And here, you held them to a field goal. Still 11-0. This game is not getting out of hand if you're Arizona. So there's got to be some encouragement there for the Wildcats.
And Rich Rodriguez's offense has to figure out this stingy Husky defense. Arizona 16 plays and only 11 yards.
I'm wondering if they're going to think a little bit more about some power sets for Arizona, because when they're running laterally now, Washington with their speed, Washington normally is a 4 defensive lineman team. They're playing with 3 down linemen and an extra backer, and they're running to the ball very well side to side. Want to see if Arizona might come back and try and move them straight ahead a little bit more.
This will be Johnny Jackson from the 10. And Jackson gobbled up at the 16. Very good special teams play. That's Travis Feeney, who lost his job as a starting linebacker, but is playing well on special teams. So you have to give Washington defensive coordinator Justin Wilcox a lot of credit. Only his second year, but he's come in and he's made his mark with this team.
One of the bright defensive coordinators in the country. Won the Fiesta Bowl with Boise State, an undefeated season against Oklahoma when he was in his mid-20s as a defensive coordinator, and continues to evolve and get better in his craft.
First down at 10 of the 18. Danker handing it off. And Carey looking for some kind of room. He'll pick up 5. There's Coach Wilcox.
And Gus, to your point, in his second year here at Washington, he has enough confidence, and the team has enough confidence now that I'm watching them. When they think Arizona checks a play, they're checking themselves on defense to try and confuse the Wildcats.
Second down and 5. Carey again, pounding it forward. Runs into Danny Shelton. And one thing Justin Wilcox talked about when we met with him yesterday is the physical nature of Kadeem Carey.
And we just saw it in evidence there. And what you're going to watch, him and Bishop Sankey, bodies scatter when they carry the football.
And Carey with the first down and more. He gets to the 41, picks up a first down. Jack Thompson drops him. But Wilcox calling Carey a violent runner.
A violent, angry runner who seeks to hurt you when he carries the football. And we've seen him do that here in this game, even though his yardage total has been low. He does not go down easily. 3-4 people usually necessary to put him down. Their first down this evening.
Daniel Jenkins comes in. Danker throws on the move, and it's caught. Nice tackle immediately by Marcus Peters. Ball caught by Nate Phillips.
Peters is one of the most underrated corners, not just in the Pac-12, but in the country. I think he's a cerebral force out on the corner.
But a 5-yard gain. Make that 4. Second down and 6. Jenkins remains in the ball game at tailback. Danker pulls it out. And incomplete. Closest man to the football, Samaji Grant, the freshman from Compton. Princeton Fuimaono with pressure. Third down and 6 at the 44. Kadeem Carey back in. Here's Danker, finds Carey. Breaks one tackle, can't get the first down. He finally was brought down by Marcus Peters.
He ran through John Timu, the middle linebacker, and Peters had to really work to get him on the ground. There's Timu, runs right through it. Peters, he almost gets away from. Kind of reminiscent when Walter Payton was in his heyday, Gus. Does not go down easily. Refuses to.
So Riggleman standing at the 32. Kason Williams back at his own 11. And it goes dead inside the 20 at the 16. The element's a big factor in this game. Husky fans, they love it. 98 rather. It was the leap by the lake. In 2007, the roar by the shore. And in 2009, Mason Foster's immaculate interception that he returned for touchdown gave the Huskies a thrilling 33-28 victory. Right now, Washington takes over at their own 17 on first down. They try to sweep around the end. Sankey lost it out of bounds. But you're hearing a lot of plastic popping on that far side.
Who do you think the first guy was to him? It was your guy, Shaquille Richardson, number 5. Playing a nice game out on the corner in the early going for Arizona.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10. Rain easing up a bit now. Sankey again with a huge hole. Bishop Sankey over the 30, first down, Washington. Grandin finally makes the stop after a 16-yard pickup.
And this one was well blocked. Just look in the middle. Look at Mike Chris, 78, controlling the nose. Tevin Hood, number 98. That created the big play.
First down, Sankey. And Sankey this time delivering the blow at the 40. Jared Tevis throws himself under the chariot.
Gus, you were talking before, you see Sankey with 80 yards already, about Kadeem Carey for Arizona. I see a lot of similarities in the way Bishop Sankey runs the football.
Second down and 3. Sankey. They've had some terrific running backs in Washington over the years. One physical runner I remember was a guy by the name of Corey Dillon.
Corey Dillon would scare us now if he just walked out on the field. Just watching Corey Dillon warm up made you not want to play defense that day.
Third down and 2. Here's Price, broken up. Terrific job defensively for the Cats. Jared Tevis knocks it down. And Washington on 3rd and short electing to pass it. They'll have to punt now.
Watch Tevis, 38, breaking on the football. That's Austin Safarian-Jenkins, who they're really trying to get kick-started. Their All-American tight end. Tevis almost had a chance. Well, didn't almost, had a chance for a pick 6. How about him on back-to-back plays to help Arizona get off the field on defense?
Johnny Jackson, the return man for Arizona at the 20. We'll let this take a bounce. He goes out of bounds inside the 10. So B.J. Danker has his work cut out for him. He'll play with the long field. Washington on top of Arizona, 11-0. Watch. Has Johnny Football won it already? He's not on that list.
He's not on this one because I've made this a running back centric one because it's so early in the year. Bishop Sankey, Kadeem Carey, we're watching them today. Melvin Gordon from Wisconsin came into this weekend as a leading rusher in the NCAA. How about Dak, DeAnthony Thomas? And Todd Gurley got hurt today for Georgia. Was in a walking boot in the second quarter in the middle of the Georgia Bulldogs win over LSU. Those are 5 terrific running backs to keep an eye on as this season progresses.
First down and 10 at the 7-yard line. Danker, far side, and it's caught by a shifty receiver, Nate Phillips, still running. And Nate the Great thrown out of bounds. Corey Littleton with the tackle.
Now, how about the strength of Nate Phillips? Because that's Sean Parker, one of the better tacklers in the Pac-12 that he runs through. Nate Phillips is a true freshman. Gus, he benched 225 pounds 16 times as a true freshman at 5'7", 171. Pocket rocket indeed.
First down and 10. Carey straight ahead. He'll get close to the 30. They'll mark it at the 29.
Yeah, really more like Pocket Hercules is what he is.
Take a look at the running back comparison. Second down and 4, the 29. Carey again. Oh, look at that. Ground and pound, folks. And just like boxing, body shots, they take their toll, but you don't see it early.
You don't see it early. You keep slugging away. And what you're hoping for as the game goes on, by the 3rd, 4th quarter, you see the effects. And if you notice, they're doing a little bit more straight-ahead running now rather than the side-to-side stuff.
Carey slipping at the line of scrimmage and goes down.
Remember early in the game, lateral running? What was Washington doing? Controlling the line of scrimmage, running them down. Now they're just saying, okay, let's try and find a crease for Carey and let him use his strength to barrel to the inside and see what he can create.
Second down and 10. Danker, move out of the pocket, throws on the run, incomplete. Little too much on that, intended for Nate Phillips. That brings up 3rd down and long.
It's tough, ball slippery. I watched TCU today when the rains came down, a receiver dropped the ball. You know what he did, Gus? Immediately ripped off his gloves. Maybe it's better without them at different times. Who knows? 3rd
down and 10 at the 38. Arizona needs to go to the 48 for a first down. Empty backfield for B.J. Danker. And he'll run it straight ahead. Quarterback draw. Interesting choice for Zona as Travis Feeney comes up with the tackle, and the Wildcats will have to punt it away again.
Watch, they're just essentially just standing up and waiting for him. Watch Danker. Okay, the ball's going to be snapped. And look at that. Look at Feeney, 41, just stayed in the middle and ran to the football and made the tackle. Almost like a spy technique on defense.
Riggleman, line drive, and it hits one of his own players. And is covered up at the 34. All smiles for Keith Price and the Washington Huskies with the ball and an 11-0 lead. 70 plays a game in 2012, middle of the pack in the Pac-12. They wanted to get into the mid-80s, and so far so good. 85, 85, 81 plays in the first 3 games this year. 30 so far in this one. Reggie Gilbert with the tackle on Bishop Sankey. Steve Sarkisian, great quarterback at BYU. 2nd and 7 at the 48-yard line. Now Price with a hole. Price going down to the 40.
And I think this is a big drive for Washington. You know why? The rain seems to have settled down. The wind seems to have settled down. All game long now, Washington has controlled this, but only has 11 points to show for it. They've been playing this game on Arizona's end of the field. They need some points to show for their efforts. This is a prime opportunity.
Here's Sankey spinning and crawling forward. Bishop Sankey stopped by Bondurant.
He's an absolute playmaker. Already has 3 interceptions on the year, 2 of them returned for touchdowns. Not afraid to go ahead and chest you up on defense tackling either.
Sankey again breaks a tackle and runs into a wall. Scooby Wright, freshman from Windsor, California. Love that name, Scooby.
And no, it is not his given name, for people who ask. He is Philip Wright III, but his dad, who's also a football coach, called him Scooby from day one. He said he had high school friends who didn't know his given name until graduation, when they called Philip Wright III to walk across the stage like, who is that? Oh, that's Scooby.
3rd down and 5 at the 36. Price to Sankey, nowhere to go. You got to give a lot of credit to this Arizona defense.
You have to, because they have had opportunity after opportunity to actually crack, and this game's been played on their end of the field most of the first half, and they have played very well. Only 11 points given up. Washington frustrated. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 4. Expect some type of a run-pass option with Price now because of his ability to move.
Here's Price pumping. He'll go sideline, incomplete. So Washington turns it over on downs. Kaysen Williams, the intended receiver. And with 5:58 to go in the 2nd quarter, here comes Arizona still in this ball game. AT&T, rethink possible. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by DirecTV, if you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. And welcome back to Seattle. 1st down and 10 at the 35 for Arizona, trailing Washington 11-zip. Danker to pass on 1st down. Gets it off, and it's Nate Phillips. His helmet coming off at the 40-yard line. Will Schomburger with first contact. So Phillips will go to the sideline for 1 play.
And Arizona needs to get a few first downs for a couple of reasons. 1, help their defense, who's played so well for them. And 2, help field position. This game's been played on their end of the field a lot of the first half. They need to reverse that and make Washington drive some long fields.
2nd down and 5. Danker pulls it out, throws on the move. Oh! Johnny Jackson makes the catch, but he gets walloped by Sean Parker.
You know, I like that young man and his style of play. I mean, you hear me talk about him in meetings all the time. He's really evolved as a leader. His maturity level has jumped, and boy, he can play.
3rd down and 4. Kadeem Carey lines up in the backfield. Here's Danker sprinting out. And Danker, nothing there. Rich Rodriguez.
He was so nice with us on the phone on the conference call. You see him lighting up B.J. Denker right now. Is that the Coach Rod we talked to?
I didn't talk to that man. Riggleman will punt it. This one off the side of his foot. And he gets a fortuitous bounce, which will be down to the 25. 4:41 to play, second quarter. 11-0. Washington. Has forced Arizona to punt it 6 times already. Should have been 7 with the safety. And for Rich Rodriguez, his team has punted the ball only 9 times in the first 3 games combined. And he is hot.
Have you noticed there's not anyone close to Coach Rodriguez right now? You talk about a cloak of invisibility around him.
Price looking downfield. Price incomplete, intended for Kevin Smith. He had it, but just couldn't hold on. Terrific defense, Shaq Richardson.
Shaq was there at the end, but Kevin Smith just did not catch the football. That could not have been thrown better. It hit him right on the 8, and he just could not come down with the ball.
Smith cramping up a bit. He'll trot to the sideline. Shaq Richardson, he's had a wonderful first half. Has an interception.
Got a little bit of help with that one, because that was one that should have been completed with Smith.
2nd and 10. Shanky turns it up and gets to the 32 before being dragged down. Jake Fisher.
I think back to our meeting with Justin Wilcox, the defensive coordinator of Washington. He talked about Kadeem Carey, how you think a play's over, then you realize he's got an extra 5 yards. Bishop Sankey runs the same way.
On 3rd and 4, Sankey breaks it and picks up the first down, stays in bounds. Jake Fisher with the tackle, but a first down for the Huskies.
That play had a chance of being done a lot earlier. Looked like Marquise Flowers had a shot at him, and he faked him and went upfield and picked up the first down.
Jesse Collier comes in for Sankey.
See, all they're doing now, Washington substituted late. So when you see the official with outspread arms, that's saying hold the ball. If Arizona wants to substitute, we'll let them.
Collier chopped down at the 40. So far for Sankey, though, 23 carries, 101 yards in the first half.
And there's Jesse Collier, who was supposed to be the starter last year, was at the beginning of the year before a knee injury early in the season, opened the door for Sankey.
2nd down. Collier again, the other side. He'll dive forward. There's the Bishop.
He's been something, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Because he puts numbers up against everyone. Broke Stanford last year in their upset of the Cardinal with a big ball game. Put over 200 on Boise State in the bowl game. Came back in the season opener this year. Would put 161 more on Boise State.
Price to throw it on 3rd and 4. Nobody home. Price buying time, finally gets rid of it, and incomplete. And Washington will be faced with a 4th down and 4. They'll punt it. DeAndre Campbell, the intended receiver. So this Arizona defense, they've been bend, but they haven't broken. And with 2:57 to play, they'll give the ball back to this Arizona offense. And after some stern words from Coach Rich Rodriguez, we'll see if B.J. Denker has a better series.
Yeah, I think that was the source of Coach Rodriguez's ire, is that the defense is battling so hard, we've got to give them something on offense.
All right, the new season of The Ultimate Fighter is powerful, relentless, epic, and it's just getting started. See why critics and fans call Ronda Rousey and Miesha Tate the best new rivalry in sports. The Ultimate Fighter, all new Wednesday, only on Fox Sports 1. To find Fox Sports 1 on your provider, go to foxsports1.com. And I've been watching that series. And I tell you, Ronda Rousey, she is mean. But tell Dana White to pull Chris Cyborg out of retirement and see if Ronda's as mean to Chris Cyborg as she is to Miesha Tate. Now I don't think so.
That would be compelling TV.
1st down and 10. Carey Gets to the 21. Fuimaono with the tackle.
They need to put together some first downs. They need to string some things together. Help their defense, which has battled so hard in the first half.
Denker, and he throws it away. B.J. Denker has not had a good first half.
And a lot has to go to the Washington defense for that. On that play, every avenue where he could throw the ball was taken away by the secondary. And then he got the pressure late from Shaq Thompson, threw it away smartly.
Denker 5 for 12, 29 yards. 3rd and 5 and 21. Here's Denker to throw it. In trouble. He'll run it. And pick up the first down. Uses his legs. On 3rd and 5, he gains 7.
Is that the first time tonight, partner, that Denker was able to evade the coverage? Because the coverage is excellent downfield. But that's the first time I feel like he got outside the pocket and was able to get it upfield.
First down and 10 to the 28-yard line.
See Washington changing along, too, with their checks to what they anticipate Arizona checked.
And a handoff, carry. Runs right into Shaq Thompson. Knocks him backwards. Second down, 7 to the 31.
Notice also Arizona not going as fast as normal on offense. A little bit more deliberate here as the first half moves on.
Play fake, Denker. Oh, knocked down. He had a receiver, but out of nowhere, Sean Parker comes over and bats the ball down. Intended for Grant.
Tried to take the shot downfield, and he had him there, but he didn't get the ball out in front, which allowed Sean Parker to undercut the route and knock it away from Samaje Grant.
3rd down, 7 to the 31. And a timeout called by Zona.
Their first charge timeout.
1:21 to go here in the first half. Now don't forget, coming up on the Pizza Hut halftime, Rob Stone, Eddie George, and Petros Papadakis bring you highlights, stats, and analysis from around college football. It's Justin Wilcox, the defensive coordinator. He walks in the room, folks, and you think you're getting ready to talk to a team manager. A cherubic face.
Well, if that's the team manager, that's the one you want on your side, because look at what he is helping create out there. The pick from Parker, the sack by Littleton, the gang tackling on defense, harassing B.J. Denker. There's John Timu. Washington, purple shirts all over the field in the first half.
3rd down and 7 to the sideline. And incomplete. And a flag on the play. Flag thrown late. Marcus Peters defensively. Terrence Miller, the intended receiver.
And he got him because watch Peters 21 out here in the coverage.
Pass interference, defense number 21, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
See, he was fine. See, you can have his face into the receiver, but see where his hands are? He's on the receiver before the ball gets there. That's the penalty. He could face guard him all he wants as long as he doesn't touch him. But he touched him at the end. That's why the flag was thrown.
Arizona with breathing room now at the 46. Carry. And he'll get to the Washington 49. And penalties have been a problem for Washington this year. The Huskies are averaging over 98 yards of penalties a game, worse than FBS.
And the bulk of them are these pre-snap penalties, false starts and offsides, things of that nature drive coaching staffs crazy.
Denker dropping it off to Grant. He'll get out of bounds at the 44. stops the clock with 50 seconds to go.
And Gus, as long as you've done football, the best teams you've known have a pretty decent penalty rate because they play on the edge. Those aggressive penalties you can live with. It's the pre-snap ones that kill drives. The drive coach is batty.
16 last week against Idaho State. First down and 10 of the 44 for Arizona. Danker, pump fake. Danker looking down the field. Incomplete, and he had a wide open Grant. Samaje Grant was open. That ball thrown slightly behind him.
Watch him working from the slot here. Samaje Grant gets out past the linebacker. Now he's working on Will Schamberger. It turns into one-on-one. See, zone coverage eventually turns into man-to-man downfield. And Grant beat the zone, turned it into man. If the ball was placed, it was a big play.
And they'll drop it off short this time. Garrett Lorton picks up 8 yards. Arizona with 2 timeouts remaining. And now they will use one of the 2. So let's recap this game for you. Rain, a big factor as this one started.
There's Sean Parker. The interception on the first drive of the game led to the first score of the game. Keith Price to Kevin Smith, and then the punter unable to possess the football. It goes out of the back of the end zone. Washington gets a safety. They got out to an 8-0 lead because they missed their extra point off of a bad snap, and then later added a field goal for an 11-0 lead.
One of the better drives of the day, though, for Arizona right now. B.J. Danker faced with a 3rd down and 2. Danker pumping up the sideline again, incomplete. On 3rd down and 2, intended for Miller.
There's just no space there. The way they're running routes down the sidelines, you have to allow space for your receiver to retreat or to fade into the sideline. Didn't get it.
So they'll go for it on 4th down and 2. 25 seconds remaining in the half. Kadeem Carey in the backfield for Arizona with B.J. Danker.
Watch Danker in his legs in a 4th down and 2 situation.
Danker pulls it down and he runs it with room. Danker's running for the end zone. Danker down at the 2-yard line with 17 seconds to go. Arizona with the timeout. A 33-yard run. Great call, partner.
It's a big staple of their offense, and Carey is the guy your eyes would go to. He's the #1 threat. Danker took advantage of it, made the proper read, and took it downfield with scoring position.
Danker in the shotgun. Danker rolling. And incomplete.
I think he extended it too long there, partner. I think B.J. Danker in that position, go ahead and use those gifts you have and press the corner. See, he tried to extend the play to get a receiver open. No space. There's nowhere for them to go. Take it and go.
14th play of the drive that started at the 16. 3rd down and goal at the 3. A touchdown here could change everything for Arizona. Danker. Handoff. Touchdown, Wildcats. Kadeem Carey. And after a subpar first half offensively, the Arizona Wildcats can go into the locker room at halftime with a whole lot of confidence.
And what that offensive unit should do is go by and give some big dap to their defensive team right now, because they've kept them in it throughout the first half despite the pressure Washington has put on them.
Jake Smith in the extra point. And he missed it. Wow.
that kind of day in the kicking game. But watch the guys in the pit. Watch how they handle it, but watch the power of Carey, 25. He sees the gap, and no way he's going to be denied.
Well, one of those days for Rich Rodriguez. Finally scores, and his kicker misses an extra point. Steve Sarkisian knows that he's in a game now. 6 seconds to go, 11-6.
And Gus, every empty possession for Washington in the first half, you know Steve Sarkisian was thinking to himself, this isn't good. We're allowing them to hang around. And when you allow teams to hang around with Rich Rodriguez in control of an offense, you often end up in a game you didn't expect to have. And the way this thing started in the first half, Washington missed too many opportunities. Credit Arizona for making sure they hung around.
So Jake Smith with the line drive kick, and the Huskies will just go down at the 20 with 4 seconds to go. Keith Price back on the field. Well, he most likely will take a knee. So Price and the Huskies will down it, and that will take us to the end of the first half. It looked as if Washington was in complete control, but we head into the locker room for the break, and we have an 11-6 ball game.
And normally you don't talk about the defense of Arizona, but they should be talked about in a big way here.
Let's go down to Christina Pink.
Coach, your offense struggled for much of that first half. You guys gained some momentum here at halftime. How do you sustain that, and what are you going to tell your guys here at halftime?
Well, we just got to execute. You knew the weather was going to be bad for both teams, and we really missed some things, and you got to give them some credit. But, you know, we executed a little better at the end, get some confidence. Our defense is playing pretty well, and we got to do a better job in special teams, particularly in this weather.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach.
Okay,
Gus?
All right, it's halftime here at Husky Stadium in Seattle with the score, Washington 11, Arizona 6. And welcome back. College football on Fox, brought to you by Geico. And our score at the break, Washington 11, Arizona 6. Gus Johnson along with Charles Davis. And CD, here's the story of the game. UW with a touchdown on their first drive, but since then, 3 points on their last 7 possessions. As for Arizona, no points their first 8 possessions, and then they close the first half with a 14-play, 84-yard drive.
Yeah, how about that? Keith Price for Washington, the quarterback who's playing so well coming into today's game. 3 of 3 on the first drive with a touchdown. Since then, he's 1 of 9 with an interception. So we take a look at the recap in the first half here. There's Sean Parker, first drive of the game, picks it off. That turns into a Kevin Smith touchdown from Keith Price. The elements have definitely been a factor. Riggleman, the punter, can't possess the ball. Guess what? It turns into a safety. Washington goes up 8-0. Before the half, Kadeem Carey vaults into the end zone, and we have an 11-6 game. So let's take a look at the Geico first half stats now. They're almost even, Gus. Washington controlled most of the first half. They're the same, essentially, on third down conversions. Both have converted 3.
Washington with the football to start the second half. Kevin Smith, and he is wrapped up. Flag on the play. And a tackle made at the 13-yard line.
Illegal block in the back, number 19. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
That's DeAndre Campbell. And moments ago, our Christina Pink had a chance to catch up with Steve Sarkisian.
Coach, your team seemed to control much of that first half, gave up that touchdown late. How are you guys able to, or what do you guys need to do here in the second half to kind of pull back that momentum?
Well, we got to settle down a little bit offensively. You know, we're getting a little bit out of sorts. We had some plays that we weren't able to make. You know, it's unfortunate. We had the PI on the third down on the one drive that we gave up, and then the quarterback run. So just got to settle down and get back to the game plan.
A few miscues due to some of these weather elements. Obviously, it's wet out here. What can your players do to combat that?
Just play ball. You know, go out and execute and play the way we're capable of playing.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, Bishop Sankey running the ball, gains 11 yards on first down. Sankey again. Rain easing up to start the second half. Sankey with over 100 yards rushing in that first half for Washington. Second down and 8 at the 18-yard line. Play fake. Price trying to wind up over the middle, wide open. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. I mean, there was nobody around him within 10 yards.
And that throw that Keith Price made, he would want back because he'd want to keep Seferian-Jenkins on his feet and moving because, as you noted, Gus, he was wide open. Instead, he dropped him to the ground, but at least they got the completion.
First catch of the day for Austin Seferian-Jenkins.
And that's a player that they really need to get going. All right, they need to find Seferian-Jenkins. I mean, you're talking about 6'6", 276 pounds, 29 straight games with a catch. He is a game breaker. I watched him practice on Thursday, one of the best practices he had this fall.
Last year against Arizona, he had 8 catches for over 100 yards. Price wants to run it and goes down at the 43.5-yard line.
When we were here for the Boise State game, Keith Price was playing the game as Steve Sarkisian wanted, a true point guard. The ball's being distributed all over the place. Today, the ball distribution hasn't been the same. Not as many people involved. If you equate it to offense in basketball, not as many guys getting touches on offensive possessions.
Third down and 7. Price with time over the middle, throws a strike, and it's caught by Kason Williams in a first down, Washington.
Now it's starting to happen, isn't it? Seferian-Jenkins has his first catch. Kason Williams gets involved. He got involved in the first half on a kickoff return on the free kick after the safety. The more guys that touch the ball in this offense, the more this offense does, what do you call it, Gus? Moves and grooves.
All right, first down and 10 at the 43. Here's a handoff, Jesse Collier. No. They fake it and throw it to the near side. Some of these play fakes, Charles, I can't keep up with.
They're very good at them. Both B.J. Denker and Keith Price do it very well. And how did that play end up? Your guy again, Shaquille Richardson, number 5 on the corner. One of the first guys there to make impact.
No gain. Second down and 10 at the 43. And Collier with a lane. He'll crawl forward and get to the 31, a first down. Jordan Grandin with the tackle. Collier came into this game with 112 yards rushing on 14 carries. And he has it again. Oh, nice play. Washington allows Jared Tevis to come up and make a hit.
Watch Tevis on tape, and he's a guy, Gus, that'll blitz through the middle of the defensive line to get to a quarterback. I saw him get a sack that way against Texas San Antonio, and a nice tackle in the open field on Collier.
Bishop Sankey back in, 2nd and 10. Here's Sankey. And Sankey running over people. Bishop Sankey down at the 14. Smash mouth football. 17-yard pickup.
You want to be a safety? Are you sure? That was Jordan Grandin who paid the price trying to make the tackle.
27 carries for Sankey, 133 yards. First down and 10. Opening drive of the second half with Washington. Sankey hopping. And he'll pick up 4.
Let's go back to the halftime interview our colleague Pink had with Steve Sarkisian. What was the word he used? We have to get settled, right? We have to calm ourselves a little bit. Well, his method of calming and settling, running the football.
They'll throw it out wide. Kason Williams breaks a tackle, spinning down, flag on the play. Could be a face mask against Arizona.
Well, he's strong out there, isn't he?
What an athlete, Kason Williams. He won the state long jump, triple jump, and high jump titles as a high school senior.
Look how strong he is. They got the hand up around the mask, but I'm not sure that he got the mask. They may rescind this penalty.
Personal foul, face mask, number 6 in the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
You can see it right there. With the way his head turned that way, I think they felt like he got enough of a mask to make the call. Can understand, but I think they were discussing, did he get enough or not? I like the way the officials got together on it. Michael Batlin, the referee, he sat in the booth with us last year, Gus, at the Pac-12 championship game.
Washington quickly to the line of scrimmage. Bishop Sankey. And that was the 13th play of the drive that started at the 5-yard line for the Huskies. They're now faced with a second down and goal at the 1.
And for the offensive line, which has done a really nice job on this drive, it would be really nice for them to have it paid off here.
Price in the end zone, wide open, touchdown. Austin Safarian-Jenkins with his second receiving touchdown of the year. And the Washington Huskies take a 17-6 lead over Arizona.
And the way that they deceived them was to come out of the huddle fast and line up. And that caused a little panic in the Arizona defense. And they were able to get the fake inside and throw it.
Shaky extra point, but it goes through. Opening drive of the second half, the Huskies settled all business as Price finds his big tight end. UW up 18-6. Football equals couch gating. Keith Price 5 for 5 on the scoring drive as Washington goes 95 yards, 14 plays, and the Huskies score in 4:41.
And he definitely looked like the point guard that they like him to be in this offense on that drive. Ball was distributed to a numerous group of receivers.
This is Nate Phillips. And Nate Phillips crosses the 25 up to the 28. And after the touchdown to Austin Safarian-Jenkins, Coach Sarkisian, high fives for everybody.
Because you know the coach talked in the half, Gus. What do you think he said to him? Let's establish this drive, first drive, the second half. We get the ball. Let's reestablish ourselves. Let's get going, offense. And they proceeded to get that done.
And you won't find a more positive coach in college football. He's got a way of lighting up a room with a smile when you sit with him. First and 10 of 28. Danker. And incomplete. Intended for Grant.
Nice play by Marcus Peters, number 21, out on the corner. Came underneath it and forced the incompletion as they tried to block him to kick him out on the screen.
E.J. Danker, junior college transfer. Second down and 10 of the 28.
Hard to throw those wide receiver screens with this type of coverage when it's pressed up on that on the receivers.
Danker to the far side now. And it's caught. Johnny Jackson, but he's roughed up. Sean Parker brings him down immediately. And I tell you, Parker, Marcus Peters have done a great job in the secondary with open field tackles. Third down and 4 to 34. Arizona 2 for 12 on third down conversion. Kadeem Carey in the backfield. He can get you 4 if you give him a little crease. And they give it to him. And this will be close depending on the spot of the ball.
If they let it play out and the fumble is what counts, that might have got them the first down. See, I think he's down before the ball comes out, so that's where the ball should be marked. But you notice they got additional yardage there if they allow the recovery to be the play.
So they'll bring out the chains.
See, he's down there. That's where the spot should be, not where the ball was recovered.
Carey says first down.
If I were Washington, where did they mark it? Because that certainly appeared to me like he was down short of where the ball ended up after the fumble. And I think that Arizona may be the beneficiary here. Look, there's the tackle. That's where he should be down, coming right there. Now watch as it pops out. Okay, ball's out. It appears that they got a little extra on the mark.
The first down and 10 of the 38. Danker underneath and incomplete, intended for Grant.
Arizona can do so many things offensively, but for them to go as far as they possibly can, B.J. Danker will have to be a more accurate thrower. He's got to hit those shots because the receivers are open oftentimes.
2nd and 10. Danker, Carey, and Carey still running. And Charles, if they keep giving it to him, you get the feeling that he's going to pop one big.
He always feels like he's 1 or 2 steps away, doesn't it? And I do believe, Gus, that they've really cut down on the sideways running, and much more of the power straight ahead running with Kadeem Carey, and that's been more effective for them.
Carey to midfield, first down. That run right there reminds you of Earl Campbell. Remember when he was with Houston and he put the helmet right in the middle of
Isaiah Robertson?
Was that with the Rams?
Yes, number 58, well, who was a terrific player. But Big Earl, well, he's a Hall of Famer.
First down and 10 at midfield for Arizona. Opening drive of the second half. Carey again. This time he doesn't go too far. Corey Littleton stands him up and waits for help.
Good defensive play by Washington, but I do like what Arizona has done in their adjustment in the run game. Calvin McGee and Rod Smith, the co-offensive coordinators, and Rich Rodriguez. Less sideways running, more power with Kadeem Carey in the offensive line.
2nd and 9 of the 49. Danker makes a first man miss. Strings it out and goes out of bounds at about the 44, ushered out of bounds by Sean Parker.
The coverage is good again by Washington, so he doesn't have a place to put the football. 30, Johnny Jackson covered. 6, Nate Phillips covered. But Danker has good legs. It makes it 3rd and 4, which is what they call 3rd and manageable.
Kadeem Carey lines up with Danker in the backfield. Now Carey changes sides. Danker drops it off. Nicely done. First down as Grant spins down at the 35.
And no pressure on B.J. Danker. Watch the offensive line take care of business for him. Allows him to go off of his first option, go to a second option to pick up the first down. Well done.
Danker, lateral pass to Grant. Awkward play. Marcus Peters there defensively for Washington.
You nailed that one, partner, because the official was right on it. And he immediately gave the backwards arm towards the other end zone, which is a signal for lateral. So if that ball pops free, it's a loose ball, not an incomplete pass.
2nd and 10. Danker rolling, in trouble. Still on his feet. And gets rid of it.
Gus, he was fortunate there because to me, he should have put the ball right on the receiver on the second step coming out. The receiver's running towards the sideline and open. Put it on him right there. When he kept the ball and held it, it ran him into trouble. Fortunate to get away and throw it incomplete and not lose yardage.
So that brings up 3rd down and 10 at the 35. Arizona 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions on this drive.
Remember, they were 3 for 12 at the half.
Danker almost bobbled the snap. Pulls it down. And incomplete. Nobody open for Arizona. And B.J. Denker continuing to try to make plays.
And I think they'll go for it here because you're in that mid-range about punting it, and it's too far to kick it. The kicking game hadn't been great anyway. Go ahead and try and pick it up here.
Washington substituting on defense. 4th down and 10.
See if Justin Wilcox decides to put some pressure on him or play coverage.
Watch Grant in the slot at the bottom of your screen. Here's Denker. Lofts it up. He's got a receiver. Caught. Down at the 10-yard line. Carey on a wheel route. Fooled everybody. And on 4th and 10, he gets 24.
Tremendous call and excellent execution. How about the throw from B.J. Denker? Could not throw that one any better to Kadeem Carey for a big first down.
At the 11, Carey squeezing through the hole and gets down to the 6.5.
See Sark trying to encourage his defense. The offensive brain trust of Arizona on the last first down. Tremendous call. Calvin McGee, Rod Smith, Rich Rodriguez. Flow one way. Brought Kadeem Carey behind it on the wheel as you described it, Gus.
15th play of the drive that started at the Arizona 28. 2nd and 6 at the Washington 7.
Timer, please set the game clock to 5 minutes and 33 seconds. The game clock was not started on the prior play on my line. Therefore, time needs to be taken off of the game clock.
Nice explanation by Michael Batlin, the referee. And remember, he keeps time on the field himself.
Second and 6. Here's a fake reverse. Denker keeps it. Woo! Woo! Touchdown, Arizona. I tell you, this kid, he may not be the most talented, but he's got a heart of a lion. He sticks his nose in there right now.
He ran this one like Kadeem Carey. Lowers his shoulder through Will Schamberger's attempted tackle and right over the pylon. They'll take a look at this one.
The ruling on the field was a touchdown.
They'll take a look, but that sure looked like a touchdown the way he went over the pylon. Not recruited by Division I, II, or III out of high school. Went to junior college, Cerritos Junior College, and got a late offer from Arizona. And here he is, backed up Matt Scott last year, and now he's the starter. Watch the fake reverse to get the flow going back to make Washington hesitant, but no hesitation here, just power. Lowers it, and he and Schamberger have a collision that takes him over the pylon.
Remember, the ruling on the field is a touchdown.
I think it'd be hard to overturn this.
And Mike, what's the rule when he hits the pylon like that as we bring in Mike Pereira?
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
And the rule really is, and that is a good confirmation. It's really any part of the ball that goes over the top of the pylon, even the outside edge. It just has to, some part of that ball has to go over the top before that right knee hit, and it looked like the knee hit and the ball touched at the same time.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Extra point is good for Jake Smith. So Arizona answers after giving up the touchdown. They come back on their first possession of the second half and punch it in. 18-13. We've got a ball game in the Emerald City. (18-13) Washington, as Keith Price and the Husky offense come back onto the field, starting from their own 10-yard line. Bishop Sankey has had a great day, over 100 yards rushing, and he'll carry it.
This is a good spot for the Arizona defense. They've got field position on their side after the penalty against Washington on the kick return sets them back. If they can pin Washington in here, gain field position for their offense, which moved the ball quite well on their last drive.
2nd down and 6, Sankey. And he's chopped down quickly. Very nice job by this Arizona defense as you take a look at their defensive coordinator.
That's Jeff Castile with David Lockwood, secondary coach next to him. That odd 3-3-5 stack that not many people use, but is becoming more and more popular against these spread offenses to get more speed on the field. A big 3rd down for his defense.
Washington needs 6 yards. They have to go to the 20 for 1st down. Bishop Sankey over 140 yards rushing. Price to throw. Winds up. And caught. Jason Williams. 1st down, Huskies.
Well, he threw that was a bullet shot, wasn't it? Casey Williams went down and got it for the 1st down, secured the catch.
A 14-yard gain. Sankey running, and Sankey taken down. This time it's Jake Fisher.
Take a look here, Gus. This is the 3-3-5 and what it does for you. Flexible versus the spread teams because you have more speed on the field. Extra defender can come from either side, hard for the offense to get. Much easier to get linebackers and DBs than big D linemen in recruiting. Here's your negative. Power running teams often have some success against a 3-3-5 because of the natural bubbles between the nose and the linebackers.
Play fake. Price, he's got a wide open receiver. Oh, it's caught by Smith. He couldn't keep his feet. Kevin Smith down at the 19. But Keith Price threw a bullet. 49 yards.
And they'll go faster now after a huge play downfield. They'll get lined up and try and attack right away.
From the 22, Collier.
Gus, do you remember the 1st half? Kevin Smith with that opportunity? Remember him not coming down with it? Not this time.
Oh, he's going to get clowned in the film room tomorrow. 2nd down and 7 at the 19. The turf monster grabbed him. Nobody there. Price again. Dancing. Price. Juking. Price at the 10. Keith Price. Show business. You won't find a better kid, folks. He said last year it was all on him, knowing that that wasn't the truth, but he took it. Sark changed the offense, and this 5th-year senior from Compton, California has been reborn. Here's a handoff. Sankey wrestled down. Jonathan McKnight, left cornerback, junior, from River Ridge, Louisiana.
They ran it to short side on that one. Let's see if they give Price an opportunity here with some type of run-pass deal.
Here's a handoff. Sankey trying to push the pile forward, and he'll get close. He's at the 1-inch line.
Offensive line will want to go ahead and go as hard as they can and just let Sankey bring it in there behind him.
Watch Price. Gives it to Sankey. Dives. Touchdown. What a beautiful drive for Washington. The orchestrator, the point guard, number 17, Keith Price. Washington answers. Price to Kevin Smith, and then the Bishop. Finds Pater.
You're watching a Fox Sports presentation. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in our program.
Former University of Washington running back Pete Tagaris has been honored as the Husky Legend of the Day. He led the team in rushing in 71, 72, and 73. His breakout year came his junior season, where he scored 11 touchdowns, rushed for close to 500 yards, and had 27 grabs for 335 yards. Pete Tagaris. And a future legend of the day for Arizona is Kadeem Carey.
They always have running backs here at Washington, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Just loaded. And Kadeem Carey is quite a load himself. I don't know about lining up and tagging him for 4 quarters. Those are the body blows you talked about earlier in the game, Gus, and the effect they have. By the 4th quarter, a lot of guys really don't want to keep hitting to Kadeem Carey.
Banker to Carey out of the backfield. He'll juke and stay in bounds. Flag on the play, though. Late flags.
Is back behind the play, and it looks like an Arizona offensive lineman has that guilty look about him about throwing a block behind the play.
After the play was over, personal foul, number 56 on the defense. On the offense. 15-yard penalty. It will be 2nd down.
That's Steven Garolo, the starting center.
Junior college transfer, won the job in fall camp, and the coaches were quick to praise him in our meeting with them about him playing very, very well in the early going, and he gets caught trying to throw an extra block behind the play, picks up the personal foul, and sets him back behind the chains.
Second and 16. Danker going up top. Incomplete. Ball intended for Wharton, and a flag on the play. Garrick Wharton. And this will be pass interference against the Huskies.
Yeah, they'll probably, if the call is made on Gregory Ducre, they're calling him for holding him or having his hand down through the route.
Defense number 18. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
Watch Ducre, 18, running. Look at the inside arm. See how the arm had contact on Wharton? See, right there? He's got the arm barred off, and that's what the call is.
So a 1st down for Arizona. Carey. And he'll spin forward to the 44. Schamberger with the tackle. Fans not happy with that call.
What's even tougher to handle to me for the fans is watching the initial contact on Kadeem Carey and then noticing the extra yardage he gets almost every time.
7 straight 100-yard games for Kadeem.
That pile just continues to move with him churning inside of it.
2nd and 2. Carey again. Stutter step. And he'll pick up a 1st down.
Justin Wilcox talked to us about that, didn't he, Gus? Kadeem Carey, you get the initial contact, you think the play's over, and you look up, and he's farther downfield. Look at the pile continue to move despite 3 Huskies on his back.
1st down at the Washington 41 for Arizona. Danker over the middle. And incomplete. That one thrown a tad high to David Richards.
Everything about B.J. Denker's game, and as you noted, Gus, his heart, you love. Accuracy is the biggest thing for me with him, because if he could hit some of these throws, he could really open up this offense for Arizona.
Danker on the play fake, underneath. And it's a catch by David Richards. No, now it's being waved off. The ball hit the ground.
Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Richards goes down to get it. Ball's hitting ground with his body coming down on top of it. Tried to get his arms underneath. But you see him come down on top of it, the ball hitting the turf. The field judge, Jeffrey Yock, waved it off.
So that brings up 3rd and 10. Cats need to go to the 31 for a first down. Danker wants a running, nothing. Princeton, Fuimaono with the play on defense for Washington.
He's had a sensational fall camp and into the season. Travis Feeney was supposed to be the starter. Fuimaono beat him out, and now they can't get him out of the lineup.
4th down and 10 to the 41. Danker reversing field. He's got to get it away, and incomplete. So Arizona turns it over on downs. 13:08 to go. Washington with the rock right after this. Football is sponsored by Pizza Hut. Prep your game day by ordering online from Pizza Hut. Make it great. By Husqvarna, the world's largest producer of outdoor power equipment. And by Lowe's. Lowe's never stop improving. Beautiful shot of the campus here at Washington. And in the meantime, let's take a look at the Buick game summary.
Kadeem Carey, 7th straight game with 100 or more yards. Bishop Sankey, look at that. He's a horse now. 35 carries, 149 yards. And both teams have scored every drive of the 3rd quarter. Sankey had 35 carries earlier this year in the game in Chicago against Illinois when he put up 208 yards against the Illini.
And we watch Washington carry the football. Jesse Collier. 3rd quarter was a big one for both teams as the offense has finally found a rhythm. Now Price. He'll check down to Collier. And he goes out of bounds at the 45. Hey, you look at the Pac-12, Charles, in a couple of years, this is going to be a monster conference.
Oh, I think the monster is starting to arrive already. I mean, you talk about a dogfight, but I know what you're saying. You give them a couple more years to recruit. Rich Rod gets a chance to really add to it. Jim Moore keeps doing it at UCLA. I mean, this conference is stacked and getting better.
Todd Graham, Arizona State, they have a big match with SC. You know SC is eventually going to come back. Here's Price under trouble, and he finds an open receiver and a first down. Collier. What a play by Keith Price. Going where everybody is. There's that beautiful smile.
What's the nickname they have for him because of that smile? Teeth Price. Because you see every one of them when he smiles like that. But in addition to the play by Price, how about the catch by Collier? A little bit behind him, snatches it, takes it upfield for the first down.
Price 9 for 9 in the 2nd half.
Remember, finished 1 for 9 in the after the first drive in the 1st half.
Here's a handoff, Collier. And he goes nowhere. Nicely done by Scooby Wright.
That's a true freshman, folks. Started game 1 here at Arizona.
At linebacker of all places.
And if I remember correctly, Gus, he didn't report early and go through the spring. He got the job in the fall. That's pretty impressive.
Some kids can just play, right, Charles?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Wasn't a highly recruited kid, but they really liked him.
Price winds up. And incomplete. Austin Safarian Jenkins, the intended receiver. Jared Tevis defensively for Arizona.
That's a nice play because Jared Tevis checks in on my chart at 5'11", 196. He had to climb up there and go through 6'6", 276 of Austin Safarian Jenkins to break up that pass. Well done by Jared Tevis.
So a 3rd down and 13 at the 48. Arizona needs to get off the field right here. Perfect opportunity. Bishop Sankey back in the football game.
Not necessarily a throwing down for Washington the way they run their offense.
Here's Price. He will throw it. steps up in the pocket, in danger, and he'll just dump it out of play.
Outside the tackle box, as long as he gets that ball back to the line of scrimmage, throw it out of bounds anywhere, no grounding. Intelligent play by Keith Price, something that he's added to his arsenal. Not that he wasn't intelligent before, but he always tried to make something happen when it wasn't there. Now he just takes his medicine, lets his punting team come on the field and take care of it. Well done.
So the Huskies will punt for the first time in the second half. Travis Coons, high snap, handle. End over end kick. Usually bounces forward, and it does. That's the Darren Bennett Aussie rules kick. Coons mastering it. He's delivered 5 inside the 20 today. Fox Sports Supports is proud to partner with Stomp Out Bullying, the leading national anti-bullying organization for kids and teens in the United States. Stomp Out Bullying focuses on preventing bullying and digital abuse. It educates against racism and hatred, deters violence in schools and online, and helps at-risk students. To learn more, visit stompoutbullying.org. First down for Arizona, and Carey trying to spin out of trouble. Unable to, because Princeton Fuiamoano makes the tackle.
Danny Shelton, number 71, the big nose, came from down the line. The big fella in the middle has been active this evening.
2nd and 10. Play fake. Over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Grant. Not a good throwing day for B.J. Denker. 11 of 30, 90 yards, and he's missed a ton of throws. Third down and 10. Denker. Underneath, caught. See if they can get there. Carey, first down, and he's still on his feet. Wow. Nadeem Carey came into this game with only 2 receptions for 33 yards. He picks up 13 there.
Gus, he does it all because he runs this route like a wide receiver. Look at that jerk route. Fakes to the outside, puts a foot in the ground, and comes back inside. Looked like a natural receiver on that pattern.
Daniel Jenkins slipping. Carey will get a blow. And a flag on the play on the far side at the 28-yard line.
Substitution infraction on the defense. That player did not get off the field prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Maine's first down.
Got to hustle on and off. Get that extra guy on the field before the ball snaps. Flag gets dropped.
1st and 5. Denker. All day to throw. And looks like there was some miscommunication on that route. Nate Phillips broke in, and Denker threw it long.
Like Sean Parker was covering it pretty well back there, too.
2nd down and 5. Here's a handoff to Carey. Still running, and he'll pick up a first down crossing the 40-yard line. Schamberger finally brings him down. A gain of 10 and a flag.
False start. 68 offense. 5-yard penalty. Maine's first down.
Mickey Baucus, the left tackle. First and 15. Danker finds Miller. And Miller gets across the 45 up to the 47. Before being dropped, he'll gain 8 yards on the play.
Notice how they activate all the snaps, Gus. Right guard for Arizona, 62, Chris Putin. He's the guy who taps the center to let him know it's time to snap the ball.
Carey again, lowers his head. Push forward, gets close to midfield as he gains 4.
This keeps the center from having to take his concentration away from the nose guard blocking. See the tap there? That tells him we're ready. You snap it when you're good to go. And that way he can still see if Washington makes line changes so that he can call them out. Doesn't break his focus.
3rd down and 3. Danker, sideline, caught, Grant. And he'll tightrope the sideline and pick up a 1st down. Samaje Grant, the freshman from Compton, California, has a touchdown this year. And he keeps the chains moving. At the Washington 42. You like how scrappy this Arizona team is. Danker rolling to his left. Throws across his body and it's intercepted. Peters. Back to 1991, the Washington Huskies were arguably the finest team in school history. After going undefeated, they split the national championship with the Miami Hurricanes. There were many Husky players drafted from that team: Steve Entman, Dana Hall, Mario Bailey, Ed Cunningham, just to name a few. Don James won the Football Writers Association of America Coach of the Year, 1991.
And you know we send our well wishes out to the dog father himself, Don James. Real battle now physically. Coach, all the best to you.
So Bishop Sankey running the football. Another spectacular day for Bishop. 149 yards rushing on 36 carries. He also has a touchdown. 2nd down and 10. Price to the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Kason Williams. That one thrown high, and it brings up 3rd and long.
And I'm a little bit surprised there because of the time of the game. 7:06, up 25-13. I thought Sark might want to run it a little bit more, take a little bit more off this clock. And take a look now. Now you decide whether it's a run or a pass. Lions, Rockies, because that's how they group plays. One of those is live, the rest of them are dummies. And the play call is usually a one-word play call nowadays.
Here's Price, near side, Kason Williams, and a 1st down.
So depending on which one was live, either Rockies or Detroit Lions, means pass play 1st down. Keith Price, he slung that one. And now the Falcons get into the act. Pirates. By the way, the Pittsburgh Pirates are back in the playoffs.
Oh, that's your favorite team.
First time since 1992. Still a little bit upset about that Sid Bream play, but we'll get over it.
Oh, my goodness. Price on the move. Flag on the play.
And another one. So we're going to have offsetting if the first one's against Washington because Keith Price got hit on the sideline. I think that's where the last flag came.
There are 2 fouls on the play, one on each team. holding offense number 59. After the play is over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the defense.
Normally I think you'd hear offsetting, but I think the second one's a dead ball foul. All right, in college they don't offset, so they got to mark one off, mark the other off, and end up back in the same spot. So the hold was to the left of your screen, and then the late hit is he's in the white that racks him into the bench.
Scooby Wright.
So essentially what you have to do, right, is mark off one penalty, mark off the second penalty, and since they don't offset, they're right back in the same spot. So it's a net 5 yards because one penalty is a 10-yard penalty, the other is a 15-yard penalty, the personal foul. 10 yards on the hold.
Now they'll march it forward. And spotted around the 42.
So it's a net 5 for the Washington Huskies.
First down, 1st and 10.
And you get the automatic first down because personal foul. You know, that Mike Pereira angel on your shoulders, not a bad thing to have.
He gives you a lot of confidence.
You know, he makes you a better person up here.
So Washington with the football at the Arizona 42.
You know who else is gaining confidence tonight, Gus?
Who's that?
This group right here. Offensive line of Washington. Because they're able to run it and throw it now, and they're feeling good about themselves.
And the offensive line, such an issue. All the injuries last year. And their play was a factor when Sarkisian decided to change the offense.
Yeah, he wanted to get the ball to the playmakers and take pressure off the offensive line. If you're running a heavy power game, pro-style stuff, your offensive line needs to be dominant. And he looked at his offensive line and said, I got to take some pressure off of you guys. I have dominant players out wide. Let's go ahead and move to the up-tempo and make things easier for you guys inside. And so far, that's been working well this season.
2nd down and 7. And Bishop Sankey runs it again.
And you know what else is working well for the offensive line partner? Is the fact that they're all playing together each game. Last year, what did they have, 9 different lineup combinations, something like that. This year, it's been the same starters every game. And they've been fortunate. The injury bug hasn't crept in. The communication's better now. And they're molding themselves into a fine unit.
Price gives it up. Sankey. And he'll pick up another first down. Bishop Sankey. Some hard running. Great work up front by these offensive linemen. Sankey almost 160 yards rushing on 39 carries. The 39 carries, a school record tonight.
Everybody always talks about the number of carries and how many you should give a guy, right? What was the line from former Pac-12 coach John McKay? Coach, are you giving your back too many carries? The ball's not that heavy.
And he had a couple of good running backs at SC. So a first down at the Arizona 32. Sankey. And he'll get to the 29-yard line before being brought down, and he'll check out for a play or two.
This is a drive that was warming Washington's heart. Why? Look at what's ticking right there. That clock. Look at the drive time. They've eaten up almost 3 minutes and 20 seconds now, and it'll be 3:20 plus when they snap the ball.
Jesse Collier in the backfield. He's the pistol. They give it to him. Collier, watch out at the 20. Tries to get outside and is dragged down. A horse collar flag coming up. Jonathan McKnight had no choice. Collier with a 21-yard gain.
Clear horse collar, hand
Personal
inside.
Foul, horse collar tackle, number 6 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
And to add insult to injury, there's an injured Arizona Wildcat Jake Fisher is at the 26.
Talk about heart and soul. He handles a lot of their calls on defense, calls and checks, and is a very good football player for them.
So Fisher unable to put any weight on that right leg.
He'll be replaced in the lineup by number 19, Hank Hobson. You might remember his father, Butch, Major League third baseman with the Boston Red Sox, later a manager in the Bigs.
First down and goal to the 4-yard line. Trips at the top of your screen. Here's a handoff. Collier again. Jonathan McKnight makes the tackle. But the Huskies getting closer and closer with 3:35 and counting to go. Rich Rodriguez wants a timeout. And we'll take a quick break. 3:35 to play, fourth quarter. Washington knocking on the door. Thing in luxury is small. And welcome back to Husky Stadium here in Seattle. A great day for that young man. Huge rushing day. He's carried the ball 39 times. He'll come out. And Steve Sarkisian will send out Jesse Collier and give him a shot at a touchdown. He has 2 touchdowns on the season. Second down and goal at the 2. Price gives it to Collier. Cuts it in. Touchdown, Huskies. We told you that this Washington team is at the beginning of a very difficult stretch, starting with Arizona today. Next week, they've got the bullies of the Pac-12, the Stanford Cardinal, followed by Oregon, and then Arizona State. But on this day, Washington dominating in the second half, 31-13 our score. All right, let's recap the second half for you. Huskies come out strong to start the period.
Did they ever? The first drive of the second half, they took it out and put it right in the end zone, but Arizona answered right back. B.J. Denker powering into the end zone, but Washington not deterred. Bishop Sankey powers his way in, and Washington, after Arizona's first touchdown on their first drive of the second half, have taken full control of this game.
There's Collier with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season.
How about the great advice he got from his father? You know what his dad told him? He said, be ready so you don't have to get ready when they call on you.
We saw that with the Oklahoma Sooners and Blake Bell. Week 1. Let's go to Patrick O'Neill now in Los Angeles for our Lowe's Never Stop Improving game break.
It's Miller time. Number 23, Wisconsin. Number 4, Ohio State. Check out the end of the first half. Braxton Miller to Corey Brown. That's Miller's 3rd touchdown of the game. He missed the last 2 with injury, but he's looking good on this night. 24-14 Ohio State. They're in the 3rd quarter. Gus and Charles.
And thank you very much.
Braxton Miller, if he's back and he's fully healthy, he's truly their quarterback, despite the terrific job Kenny Guyton's done in reserve. It's a little more explosive than Guyton running the football, and that's a big part of Ohio State's offense.
New quarterback in for Arizona.
Yeah, now we got JaVale Allen, who's coming back in, 6'2", 218-pound redshirt freshman. Got a big run earlier this season in a game against Northern Arizona. And for a while there, Rich Rod was all over him because his weight had gotten up there a little bit. So he looked more like a fullback than a quarterback. Rededicated himself. Now he's the number 2 quarterback at Arizona.
Here's Allen rolling out of the pocket and incomplete. And you get the feeling that if Allen can somehow come out with a nice showing, he could compete for the starting job. next week. B.J. Denker, a lot of courage, effort, but there are some things to work on for the young man.
Yeah, the jump for Arizona is going to be consistency in the passing game, because they need that in order to keep the running game as vital as it is.
So Allen, the redshirt freshman from Prosper, Texas, getting a shot, closing moments of this ball game. Handing it off, Jenkins gets around the corner, lowers his head, and is about 1.5 yards short of the first down.
He began the year as the starter because Kadeem Carey was suspended for the season opener. Had 139 yards in their opener against Northern Arizona and started the second game against UNLV before Carey took over full time again.
4th down and 1 for the Wildcats. Allen will hand it off to Jenkins, and he won't get it. How about that? Danny Shelton, number 71, who's been solid all afternoon, comes up with the tackle for a loss, and Arizona turns it over on downs.
Look at Shelton right there in the middle. The big guy just controls the block, sheds him, and makes the play. That's number 61, Cayman Bundage, trying to block him. Shelton just went right through him and met Jenkins in the hole and finished the play. Academic all Pac-12 too is Danny Shelton. Terrific student. Come back from some a tough tragedy in his family. He's playing his best football at Washington.
So the Huskies have it at the Arizona 37. The handoff to Collier with running room, goes down at the 28. Tevis with the tackle. Let's take a look at how some of our high performance players fared. We'll show you these guys right after this play. Collier trotting out. Actually, we'll show it to you right now. Kadeem Carey, Fisher, Sankey, and Parker.
Excellent evenings for all of them. Obviously, Sankey and Parker will be celebrating because of the victory. But Kadeem Carey, everything is advertised despite tough going in the beginning. Jake Fisher, we hope he's going to be okay. They carried him off with an injured leg, wasn't putting any pressure on it. We hope he's going to be okay. They need him.
Dwayne Washington in the game and running back now. He'll pick up a first down, flag on the play.
Personal foul, shot block, offense, 15-yard penalty, main second down.
So whoever it was that got away anonymously, no number given by Michael Batlin, our referee. But I think let's see, is it Colin Tanagawa here, number 64? Let's see if we identified it. See, yes. You know why? Because he's engaged right there with Mike Chris, number 78. If you're engaged with someone, the second player can't come and put a chop block on you because you're already engaged with one player up top.
Dwight Melvin limped off the field, number 97 for Arizona.
Very dangerous block. We were trying to get eliminated.
So Steve Sarkisian, in our meeting with him yesterday, he told us that he expected his team to play well. In the first half, they had great opportunities, unable to capitalize. But in the second half, they came out smoking hot. Austin Seferian-Jenkins with the touchdown. Keith Price dazzling. And here's Washington running up the sideline. And the defense also coming up strong, confusing B.J. Denker.
You've mentioned a few times about the schedule coming up, Gus, that started tonight with Arizona. Next week, Stanford. Oregon in 2 weeks. Then Arizona State. And Steve Sarkisian does not appear daunted in the least bit by that schedule. He knows it's tough, but he also believes he's got a team capable of traversing it.
And, you know, we have a good chance to come back to call the Oregon game. And you know, we've been putting an APB out in our other games, but now that we're in Seattle, we got to just make it clear that if we do come back, we got to see our main man.
Formation, offense, 5 players in the backfield, 5-yard penalty, main third down.
And this is going to date us for all you young guys out there. We got to see our main man, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
This is home for him, right? Seattle, Tacoma, Mix, we know you like football. Come see us.
And bring Kid Sensation with you.
There you go. And look at that schedule that we just talked about. Number 5, Stanford, who ironically enough is playing where tonight? Here in Seattle against Washington State over at the Seattle Seahawks Stadium, CenturyLink Stadium. So they're playing this evening. Oregon in 2 weeks, back here, then at Arizona State. That's the schedule we've talked about. That's the big bump in the road coming for the Washington Huskies. But Steve Sarkisian believes his team's capable of winning all of those. And that's a nice feeling for a coach to have. I don't think he would have said that in prior years.
Line that foul, it'll be 4th down.
So 1 minute and 10 to go. Coach Sarkisian pleading his case.
You can see the competitor in these coaches, right? 31-13, minute 10 to go. And they're fighting like it's a 3-3 game. You know, I want that yard. Not giving anything. And they show their team, if we're going to fight like that, that's how I expect you guys to be out there fighting and scrapping.
The last year was a different story in Tucson when Arizona won it 52-17. Sacking Keith Price 4 times in the game. Kadeem Carey rushed for 172 yards and a touchdown. Matt Scott threw 4 touchdowns and ran for a 5th score. Price will just slide down. And Arizona, with 47 seconds remaining, will get the ball for the final time.
Good win for Washington because Arizona battled them so hard in the first half. They could have created some doubt for the Washington Huskies going in at the half with missed opportunities, but they stayed the course and finished the job in the second half.
But Washington leading wire to wire tonight. They haven't trailed this season in a game. And the handoff going to Daniel Jenkins with 40 seconds to go. For the Arizona Wildcats, they will regroup. And next week they're off, but the following week they travel to USC.
That's a Thursday night game. So essentially they'll play 1 game in what, a 25-day span, because they had a week off coming into this one.
Allen running and goes down, and that should do it. The final score from Seattle Husky Stadium, Steve Sarkisian. And the Washington Huskies, with their first 4-0 start since 2001,